Guys, I'm gonna do that really cool thing where I have a new device. Because my phone was, I actually looked it up, was actually literally 5 years old. Which in phone years is pretty solid. And it was struggle busting real hard. So I did finally, I got a new shiny phone. But of course it means I have to like re-log in to like all of the things. And so that's just been a nightmare. And I got delayed here because I'm trying to get into my authentication app to get back into a Twitch thing. And it's like, oh yeah, you like logged into your authentication app. Cool. And it literally is like, enter your backup password, not your regular password, your backup password. And I'm like, what is that a thing I came up with? Or is that one of those like one-time unlock things where the app is like, make sure you put this somewhere safe? Because if it is that, that's fine. I know that one of the things I do whenever I see it is I take a screenshot of it. Ah, Carl! Carl, thank you for the resubs. Oh my god, it is so many months. 52 damn months. That's so many months. Thank you. I always take a screenshot of it and keep it. So now I'm panic scrolling through like all of those because I thought that was a good plan for keeping stuff. But it turns out that maybe those screenshots don't keep enough information on them for me to know which apps they belong to. So I'm panic scrolling right now. It's a whole deck of months. Yeah, it truly is. For like regular playing cards. How many cards are in a fucking tarot deck? What is it? 78? So we can have a playing deck, a tarot deck, a deck of many things. I should know what the two sizes of that is, and I don't. Okay, okay, so that's the Twitter backup code. Yeah, that's just straight up Twitter. That's Steam. Shit. Okay. Okay. This is... Whoop! Was that it? Where I gave up? Potentially the color motif feels very the same. Let's try that. If it's not this, we will enter panic mode. But anyways, how's everybody doing? Thank you to everybody who tried to stick it out for the stream on Saturday. Okay, no, it's not that one. Where the Texas electrical grid just decided it didn't want to work anymore. That was fun for all of us. Okay, it wasn't that one. I think this is too far back. I put something in the wrong folder. I just found Brennan Lee Mulligan's face was in there, which is truly the best guardian for my passwords. Wonder if Twitter will actually oh, Pathos, if it didn't get fixed before, it's definitely not going to now because, like, there is, like, the entire support team got fired. Like, there is no support team. So, like, yeah, that's definitely not happening. Okay, it's not there. Shit. Biscuits. What? Forgot? What if I forgot? No. Okay. The backup password is stored on the user's local device. Except this is a new device. Hold on. I feel like... You still have access to the original device. Okay. Okay, wait. If you still have access to the original device on which you set up the authentication for the first time, you follow these steps to reconfigure on the new device. Okay. You have to ensure... Okay. No, I can't do that. Okay. Alright. We're solving this together. And we're also guys kind of killing time because, like, James is going to be here soon. And then we're going to get into the game. We're in the middle of Mementos. And we're gonna keep doing that, and I've got stuff to talk about, and James has stuff to talk about. And it's gonna be great. Enjoying a bundt cake. Oh, I didn't end up eating any of my leftover cake tonight. Upsetting. Very upsetting. Okay. Let's see. Ah! Attack! What's up? Thank you for the resub. Thank you for your 2 months. How are you? We're at the live troubleshooting part of the stream. Yes, there's that. Okay. Settings. Devices. Yes. Oh. Settings. Devices. Use an existing device to approve a new device registration. Yes. Good. Okay. Okay. We might be making it. We might be getting there. No. No, we're not getting there. Shit. Okay. Let's, Okay, great. So that's not it. Yeah, it's the back. Okay, the backup was created forever ago. Is it really not this? I'm afraid if I hit it too many times, it's gonna get really upset. Click to change backup key. So yes. We're gonna change it to something else. Okay. That I know. Create backup key. Got it. Great. And maybe we're gonna let that maybe have a chance to sit for a bit. And maybe it'll be fine. Maybe it'll be okay. We'll try to solve that later. So yeah, so if there's things that don't work correctly, during stream, it's because my stuff's not connected anymore. And I can't, fix that. Oh, I just got a push notification. It was like your backup password has been changed on another device. Do it here. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Thank you, Joe. Jeff didn't believe me that it's been a year since your wedding, for the record. Okay, you just said the password was incorrect after telling me it was correct. Alright, so now this is just, like, really borked. So we'll have to... Yeah. This is just bad. This is just real bad. Two-factor authentication apps are great until they are not. This is a wee bit bad. Yes. Yeah, My backup password within the Authy app on one device won't update the settings. Okay, red lock and denotes that, yep. Okay, great. All right, yeah, we'll just, this is another problem, that's fine. James will be here soon. Dear Lord. Don't worry, everybody, we will talk about the Nintendo Direct, specifically the Zelda trailer. You might be surprised by my opinions about it. Yo, hey, look, Max! Great minds! We got there. Oh, I should do the tweet. That's good. Turn on my controller. Great, yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about the Zelda game. The things we saw from that. Oh, look! I think there's a James. James!
And happy belated birthday.
God, I forgot. Okay, I have to, like, change settings on the headset. Thank you very much! You were so loud, I was not prepared for it.
That's all right. I'll do the James ASMR then tonight until the volume of the headphones get better.
Yeah, that actually was still just very loud. Okay, but I think I got it. Anyways, we were just waiting until you got here, so we haven't actually done anything yet.
Yay! Ahoy, banana!
The hoys have been I don't know. Anyways.
What?
I don't know, man. It's...
Did you see that on a t-shirt?
No, this is just kind of where my brain's braining today. So I guess it's a good warning for everybody. Let's get into the game. We're in Mementos. We were doing something.
Yeah, we are mementoing.
Yeah. Mementoing.
The brain is braining, mementoing is mementoing.
Yes. Anyways, we're gonna just dive straight into I need to talk about this.
Okay, let's do it.
I learned that there are people, and not a small number of them, that have gotten to the point where they're using ChatGPT as if it were Google.
That's a very bad idea, but go on.
Yes! I can't... I've known that we have been at a point of decreasing, like, internet literacy. I think, because, like, when you and I were, like, growing up, we had a bunch of classes on, like, here's how you type, and here's how you do these things, and, like, word processors, and Excel, and all of that stuff. And I know at the time, I remember thinking, this is so stupid, because it seems so obvious. But what I have come to find out is apparently it's only obvious when somebody puts it in front of you. It is like, do this thing. You're like, yeah, I can do that thing. But if nobody does that, you don't know that those things are possible. And so there's just been, like, an increasing population that doesn't know that these things are possible, doesn't know how to do them, and has no actual internet literacy. And also, like, apparently, like, can't type, but that's a whole other fucking thing. But yeah, so there's, like, a zero media and internet literacy, which we've witnessed take many forms, especially in recent years. But the idea that people would not understand, like, immediately, the idea of, like, why using ChatGPT as Google, like, that's wild to me that anybody looks at that, I'm gonna use the word technology, but I feel like that's doing a lot of heavy lifting and doing a lot of favors. That people would look at that and go, yes, this is something that is actually popping out, that is a search engine that is finding information and not aggregating the specific parts of it that have been fed into the machine and spitting out a version of that truth that also has, like, no check on it whatsoever. It is just like, yep, here's a collection of the words that other people have said in other places, and we didn't make sure they make sense together, and that none of them were satire. Like, that's, you know what, fucking insane.
Yeah. Thinking about that and people actually using the results of that as a search engine, it's almost like saying, instead of using Google or another search engine, let's say Ask Jeeves, because I don't think it gets enough love. Instead of using Ask Jeeves...
Is Ask Jeeves still around? Is Jeeves still there, or did he retire?
I think he finally retired as a level 19 butler. Good for him. Almost made that level 20 butler, but that's a really hard ceiling to get through. But the Ask
Jeeves, don't worry, we're gonna get to that.
That or Chat GPT, it would be like if I eschewed all of that and I just used the autocomplete in my text messenger of just saying I'm going to type one word and I'm going to get the 3 options of like the most likely word I would use next and type that, and then whatever came after that, and that would be my search result. It's just, that's functionally what Chat GPT is doing. It is just the autocomplete of your text messages based on what other people have done.
That's a very good analogy for it.
Yeah. Not that it's right, it's just what the masses have done. And you know what? As a scientist, I am all for the sharing of knowledge and information, but democratically determining what is correct based on the majority is not always the correct thing. In fact, more often than not, the more complicated something is, the less likely the masses will get it correctly, which is why you have experts and higher degrees and so many ways of indicating, hey, you've completed a course of study that separates you from your peers as an expert in this particular field.
Chat GPT being used as Google, and then as Attack points out, the AI answer that comes up at the top of every search result now, which we will get to, is a separate thing. That is the personification and embodiment of when a random person says that they've done their own research.
Yes.
And it's like, you didn't do research, actually. You didn't do research. You Googled a thing and ended up with a Facebook article and read that and went, that's it. Oh, they're not green! I have to actually, pay attention now. Shit! Okay.
See, this is what happens when you use Chat GPT to drive the car.
Oh, I was hitting the button and it did not button me, so this is mildly problematic.
It was just, bloodbath, okay.
Hey, Futaba, if you could fix this, that would be great.
that would be awesome. Alright, so far so good.
So try something else.
Well, okay, so
has no weakness.
Nuke is fine.
We could try overwhelming it with despair.
We're gonna try overwhelming it with a nuclear bomb.
There you go. Named Gwen.
Yeah. Oh.
We still got the advantage. Just hold out. Persona!
It's fine.
Behold!
Anyways, yeah, the AI answers being at the top, I should have paid more attention, that's fine. Yes, do the thing. Okay, I'm looking very carefully at my controller, it's this one.
Yay.
Yeah, that being at the top, other than all the hilarious ways that's gone terribly.
Our best chance is to make it confused.
Okay, we'll try to confuse it. Or I could just do I have somebody that can do confusion? I don't. Brainwash. I had to actually play the game for a second, so my brain stopped.
No, here, go for it. You keep playing the game. I'll talk through it. The AI at the top is hilarious. I haven't organically come across this, but I've seen enough examples that I bet if I type into Google how to make better latte art, because that's something I've been working on, an AI answer will come up saying, well, you need to, try to, froth the milk for 5 seconds, create a vortex, and maybe add some super glue to it to get it a little thicker and consistent. I'm like, wait, what was that last thing?
Okay, but did you just say that on a whim, or did you say that because you saw the one where that was a recommendation for how to make cheese not slide off a pizza?
Yeah, that was the example I saw, and I'm just saying I haven't organically come across something like that, but I bet I could fish for it if I wanted to be cute and funny on the internet, which I don't, chat. I don't want to be cute and funny on the internet. I just want to be me, which is not funny or cute. But yeah, Fluff, Fluff brings up another point that Google results have been getting worse because there's this push for paid top results, and there's a flow of money to
Capitalism.
that could have been, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Like, you can't tell me that I'm wrong. It was the need to make something that should have been information into a profit thing.
Yeah. I also would have accepted human hubris, but yeah, I guess that's just another word for capitalism. The hubris of man.
But yeah, I mean, they've definitely been getting worse over the years. I feel like because of the way everything ends up needing to be mildly recursive and the need for turning it into a for-profit venture, it was kind of ramping up, and then I think with AI, it became very much a snake eating its own tail, and it's just like reprocessing the things that it had already thrown out once, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna take that again, and do some, and just change like what they've copied their own homework because they don't remember doing the assignment, and so it's just getting it's just going to get worse so much faster.
Yeah. So for you elder millennials out there, this is what we would call, or if we have some Gen Xers in chat, this is what we would call a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Gen Z people, a photocopy is when instead of taking a picture of a document, we had to go somewhere special and scan our piece of paper one-sided until we got fancy could do two sides, and it would create a maybe 80% accurate copy of what you just scanned, and then it was always 80% all the way down until it just became smudgy.
If you it was something where if you wear contacts or glasses, it was like, imagine looking at a document with when you desperately need to change your contacts or need to clean your glasses, and that's what a photocopy did. That's what a Xerox machine was.
Yeah, the early technology of photocopies is actually fascinating to like how the solution that they came up with, where they actually had powdered ink or carbon, and then the light would basically heat up that powder based on the document that was below it to create the photocopy. Because I remember having to change those like powder canisters in like the old copy machines at our school, and man, that thing makes a mess if you don't do it right.
Oh yeah, oh my god. I'm over this level. Yeah, because I remember making the jokes that I'm almost level 69 at the end of the last stream. So yeah, let's try to like add you to the thing.
We can't talk right now.
Oh, okay, well then I guess I will attack you. Oh, is it because you ambushed me? I'm not allowed to do it?
Yeah, it's because he's paralyzed with electricity.
Oh, that's dumb. Well, how else am I supposed to get that one to fall down? It doesn't have any weaknesses. That's stupid.
I know.
Anyways.
Alright, let me write this down on other things that Jen thinks this game is stupid for.
Am I wrong?
Let's go.
Can you look at me and tell me that I'm wrong?
Well, I can look at you, but you can't look at me unless you want to look at the microphone.
Alright, come here, you. Alright, well, it's you again.
No,
Yeah, like, I can't knock you down.
how about we make it forget its skills? Persona!
None of us have a forget thing, Gwen. I can cure forget. I can't do it.
You can't double cure to give it back.
Do I
Yes,
have...
Liz, the microphone is my home.
Do I have an item that does...
Ready for orders.
Yeah, I've got one vial that might make it forget. Maybe. I'm not gonna fucking do that. Can I make you scared?
I'll use this.
We got 10 of them. We'll try. Great. Perfect. Love that for me. Gosh. Hi, Damien.
Hello, welcome.
Melee may work, but you might.
There you go. I think electricity.
Oh. Boo.
You're mine.
Ooh, Joker, you're looking cool.
Well, I can't do anything, so I'm just gonna hit you.
There you go. You'll be a lesson for everyone else.
If I had a nickel. Anyways, what were you trying to say?
I don't know. Here, let me ask Chat GPT what I was trying to
Oh
say.
my gosh.
Holy shit, you did that with
Hey, did you know you can remember things will stick to your brain more if you use super glue? Thanks, Chat.
That's why you're supposed to sniff glue.
Yeah, exactly. It keeps everything in your hippocampus nice and tidy.
Oh my god. Just do that.
an enemy
Oh.
frozen.
Oh.
I didn't know your axe did that.
Cool.
Yes, freezing, in fact.
I don't know how that fucking happened. Like, I mean, like, I can put two and two. I can context clue my way to what happened, but like, I was not anticipating it in any way, shape, or form.
Showed me.
Okay, you just look like you're regular down this time. All right, here we
There
go.
you
Angry.
go. Hey, freezing was the way.
Niceties.
Okay.
You just had to complain at the game loud enough, and it heard you through my microphone.
This is how Karens are born. I'm a persona Karen. It's like I complained loudly enough and was rewarded for it, and I've learned the wrong lesson. Okay, you're irritable. So I need to be kind of like. Nope, that was the wrong one. I don't remember what the rules are anymore. Okay, let's see. It doesn't matter because I just have to get the second one right. That's slang and slang. Maybe I'm supposed to be like supportive of you. That is sad. Yeah, there we go.
Hey, you still recovered it.
Yeah, it's like the first one doesn't really do anything, I've noticed. Okay, I gotta figure out who I'm getting rid of. What do you have? I need you long enough to be able to register you. Can I get rid of you? Yeah, we're gonna get rid of you.
Hi, Cerberus.
That's a new
You were a
one.
really cool villain in Mass Effect until you didn't. Until you weren't.
Power courses through.
Oh shit, level 68, we're almost to the fun one.
Yay.
Okay, let's see. How are we all doing? Hey, Morgana. Do something.
Do your thing. Be your little heal bot.
Sweet, we found the train place.
So I guess, well, I do need to get to what's-his-butt.
Jose.
But yeah, I don't want to just get into fights willy-nilly.
Well, you might see him on another floor.
They detected
Oh,
us.
that's not.
Let's deal with them promptly, Joker.
Nope, we're gonna. Oh! All right. Well, shit. That's fine. It's okay. Oh, yes. Thank you, Futaba.
She's like, just go to the next floor. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, we just like immediately get to do this.
Go.
You know what? I bet this is a lot like the canon in your D&D game, where it's like, hey, we have these people surrounded, and then everyone's memory is like, wait, I don't remember being surrounded. How did this happen?
Yeah.
Is this what you're doing to us, Jen? Is this you taking revenge on me specifically for Persona by
Yes,
doing that to us?
That's exactly what has happened. Anyways, so I'm driving around trying to like run into stuff. I guess at this point, not run into stuff, which is an upsetting change of pace.
Finish it.
I have made an observation, and I need to know if this is a Texas problem or if this is an everywhere problem.
It's a capitalism problem. I don't know. I'm just taking.
I mean, it might be. And this is something that like I would be interested to hear what chat's observations are as well. I have noticed that at least around here, if there is an emergency vehicle, like a fire truck or an ambulance that's coming up, lights on, siren on, first of all, way quieter than it used to be. I feel like I don't hear them until they're like all up in my shit when I'm driving. But more importantly,
Strong enough.
that happens and I go, oh, I should move. And I seem to be the only one doing that. nobody moves lanes, pulls over and stops. I was like, is that not a thing you're supposed to do anymore? Or do people just not care? I don't understand which one's happening.
I'm not done.
So I have had time to think about it because you sent me your list. What I have noticed in Tennessee is that I would say about 2/3 of people, at the very least, will get into the driving lane. So they will get out of the passing lane, or they will get to the far right lane. If it's a 3-lane road, they will all go to the far right lane.
Interesting.
I would say,
we don't even have that.
yeah. So I would say 2/3 of people at the very least do that. I would say maybe a quarter of people would actually get into the shoulder and come to either a complete stop or like we're like rolling at like 10, 15 miles an hour on the shoulder waiting for the emergency vehicle to go by.
Okay, so it's just like Texas sucks, which like, not surprising in the slightest that that's the response. But yeah, I was so curious. Because I'm hitting the button! God damn it! I think they even give folks tickets for that. Thank you, Futaba. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like, maybe they're supposed to ticket people. I've never seen it happen. I also mostly see those emergency vehicles being, like, unaccompanied, and there's just never a cop around when you actually might need one. Yeah. So it looks like everybody pulled over and stopped. Wasn't there a study that found people have been driving and treating each other worse since COVID started? I believe you are correct. I believe I saw that, which I feel like just went into my binder of evidence there has been brain damage. And also that our whole approach to, hey, you should do things to help and care about your community, and people went, no, individualism all the way. I think those two things came together, and just made everything fucking terrible. Yeah.
Somewhat related to COVID forcing everyone to treat people worse, being selfish, and pulling over for emergency vehicles. I don't see it happen a lot, but every time I do see it, it is one of the few things that absolutely drives me up a wall when I'm driving. Now, I don't know, again, I don't know if this is a hard and fast rule or like this is bylaw. I feel like you should not interrupt a funeral procession in car. Like if you see the hearse and then like the cars following with their blinkers on with like a little funeral thing. I feel like, at least when I grew up in Pennsylvania, that was a state law that you could not interrupt a funeral procession. I have seen quite a few people in Middle Tennessee do that, and I don't know, I just get very irrationally upset at that.
I feel like that's a rational thing to be mad about, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No major setbacks.
But it's the only type of anger that you only have when you're in a car. Like I feel like when I'm in a car, I just become like 50% more irate.
Yeah, same.
All right, Jamf has just come downstairs and said it is a law in Tennessee that you cannot interrupt a funeral procession. So there's just a lot of jerks here.
Yeah.
And Jamf says happy birthday.
Oh, thank you, Jamf. It's one of those things that, like, I make the joke of, like, somebody would be like, oh, that's illegal. I'll be like, it's only illegal if you get caught. And I'm being like, haha, funny about it. But also I think there's too many people who actually take that as actual life advice and be like, as long as I don't get caught, it's not a problem if I do all these things. And it's like,
yeah.
I think I started seeing videos about this again recently. I feel like it kind of goes through on a cycle when this becomes a topic of conversation, that, like, putting your cart away in a parking lot outside of a store is, like, the basic test of human decency.
Yes,
of, like, will you choose to do the right thing for no benefit, that no one, like, sees you do? Will you still opt to do that? Or if you're just like, whatever, it's inconvenient for me to do the thing, and since there's no consequence for not doing it, to me personally, I will just go ahead and not do it. And watching the people who, like, so violently and staunchly defend their right to just leave the cart where they feel like it because, like, they're tired, they've got their kids in the car, they're running late, like, whatever, all their myriad of excuses. I was, like, watching the people who are like, how dare you tell me I'm, I'm inherently a bad person because I don't put my cart away. Like, they're missing the point.
Yeah.
And it always infuriates me.
Mm-hmm. You know what? It's like the I think it was Def Leppard that it's either Def Leppard or Van Halen, but when they would do a like a big performance at like an arena or big venue, they would have a list of like 84 things that they wanted, and one of them, like right in the middle, was no brown M&Ms.
Yeah.
And that's not there because Eddie Van Halen hates brown M&Ms. It's well, if you didn't do this, what other things on our list did you not do? And we can't trust that you've actually read and done this list to make our performance as good as it can be.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with like the shopping cart. Like, is the shopping cart the thing that's going to be the breakdown of society? No, but it's a really good indicator of your behavior, encapsulated very nicely in a very digestible way.
Yes. Yeah, it's the idea of like, cool, like I put a small inconsequential thing in here to like check your attention in detail. It's kind of like a version of, and to be fair, I hated these. I only ever had a teacher do it. I think I had 2 teachers that did it, where they hand you that like a test that's like read every question first before you answer anything.
Yes.
And there's like the one in the middle. It's like, hey, only answer questions like 2, 14, and 31. But they also always made it timed, and it's like, okay, if I know I'm going to be a slower reader, I can't read through all of it and then start doing all of these problems.
Yeah.
So I always hated them in that fashion, but if you're like, hey, take this home for homework, that makes sense. It's like, cool, I can follow your directions then. You've given me kind of conflicting things right off the bat. Fuck you. But I don't think it's a terrible thing to have, like, the direction in the middle that's like, hey, like, make sure you include this random thing, or whatever, just to make sure that somebody, like, paid attention. Yeah, some people just don't pay attention and don't understand why it's not a big deal. I think about, and I'm telling the story as a positive way, so if anybody's gonna go to Ashley and be like, Jen was talking shit, I wasn't talking shit. Let me
delete my text message.
Sorry. This is me pointing out that this was like a good moment of like growth for like recognizing a thing. Fuck off, you Haru. There we go. I forgot her name. The idea. So like ages ago, Ashley would send messages. Oh, Ashley's here. Ashley, I love you. I want you to know I said this. Ashley would send messages, and you probably know where this is going, in the Discord, where things were like misspelled, no punctuation, like random shit. We all do that. Like Ashley knows how to write. They're a wonderful writer. But just like in the quick rapid fire thing, would just like be kind of sloppy about it.
Those were the dark days.
And at one point, like I made a comment about it. And Ashley's response was like, look, I was like, you all figure out what I'm talking about anyway, so what's the problem? And I was like, the issue ends up being that you've put the onus on all of us to try to decipher all of the things and ask the clarifying questions to figure out like what you were trying to communicate, as opposed to being the one to take responsibility for communicating clearly. And that was like a great moment where like immediately Ash was like, oh my gosh, that's a great point. And it stopped immediately. Like that thought actually went into it. And I loved that was something where it was like, oh, you're right. Actually, when it was like, I'm impacting a whole bunch of people, I want a bunch of people to read my thing. Either is it the responsibility of 12 people to all individually have to figure out what the fuck I'm doing, or do I just take the extra like minute to like make sure that I've written something that at least is semi-coherent? And so many people aren't willing to accept that as a thing they need to like change or consider. So it was really fun to see a person like actually do it.
I agree wholeheartedly with everything you said. My one exception to that rule is I refuse to learn the names of everyone in Critical Role. I will not. I'm a smart person, Jen and Chad. I have multiple degrees. I like to think I'm a fairly smart person, above 50 percentile. I just simply refuse to learn how to spell the characters and Jen that earlier. And
you're
it has not
getting
changed.
real robot-y, and I want everyone to be able to actually hear this conversation.
Oh, I'm not getting robot-y. I'm just speaking the way I spell.
God, yeah, we need to fucking leave. Oh, thank Christ. Okay, yeah, we gotta do some Morgana heals. Alright, so you seem to be back now if you want to retry any of that.
Yeah, Jen sent me a screenshot of just like random things we've said literally years ago, and like a time capsule going back to look at it, go like, haha, isn't it funny that that's how we thought about like D&D or Critical Role? And one of the things that she sent me was, I was on episode 3 of Critical Role of this current season. I have never seen a Critical Role in my life. And I was trying to do a tier list from the first 3 episodes of like, hey, these are who I think my favorite characters are. I don't think I spelled one character's name right except FCG, because I said FCG.
Yeah. It was so funny too, because it wasn't just that you didn't spell them correctly. It was like some of them were saying the person name, and some of them were saying the character name. And I think it was just the mix of those happening was what made it even funnier. Because it was, okay, it was Orem, spelled O-R-I-G-U-M, Origum. Ashton, you got Ashton right.
Yay.
FCG, Fern, Sir Bertold, which was funny because it was Bertrand. Number 6 is Laura Bailey's character. 7 is Dorian, and 8 is the best one because it's Marsha's character. So good. Just so good.
You know what? I bet this is probably how I looked at my grandparents when they would watch a movie of, oh, neat.
Hell yeah.
It would be like my grandfather would be watching Shawshank Redemption. He goes, "Oh yes, there's Andy Dufresne and Morgan Freeman and the guy from Indiana Jones." Be like, "Yep, you got it, Grandpa. You got it all. That's exactly right." Marsha.
It was so good. Yeah, Marsha's character was my favorite thing on it. Okay, we got, oh, interesting. I mean, I'm just gonna go for the chess, since I have to actually, like, pay attention to fight people.
There's a shadow.
But yeah, speaking of mischaracterizing people either through spelling or just not knowing them, like Critical Role, my daughter hurt my self-esteem in a way that only children can do. So my children have been very into a book series, which we do the audio books for, called The Magic Treehouse. And The Magic Treehouse takes 2 young adults to random times in history where they get to learn about that, and they have to find something and bring it back. There's like a mission for them. Like they have to find like an ancient scroll from the town of Pompeii, and of course they land in Pompeii the day, you know, Pompeii the day that Pompeii had a very bad day. It couldn't have been a week before, but stuff like that. Well, one of them, they go to Japan, like during the pre-Meiji restoration period, and they're talking about going to a sumo match, and Justin Oldest daughter goes, "Well, what's sumo?" And my wife, like, "Oh, well," paused the audiobook and pulled up pictures of sumo wrestlers and showed a sumo, like a YouTube sumo match, and Justin Oldest daughter goes, "Wow, they're just like Dad." And I'm like, oh,
that's brutal.
And then, you know, Jamf is like, you know, James, I think she meant because, like, you like to do those pushing games, because one of the things they like to do is they like to, when it's time to get ready for bed, they like to run up to their room and barricade themselves against the door, and then I try to open the door. So it's like a sumo match because we're pushing. And there were no words of comfort that could have shaken the idea that my children saw big sumo wrestlers wearing diapers and went, "Dad, Dad."
That is kind of brutal.
So,
gosh.
Yeah, children are wonderful. I love them.
Oh, this is one of these. Okay. We've said that I should not try to entice the Reaper until I'm
No.
like, okay,
No.
that was so immediate.
No. Yeah, and we haven't fused Persona in a while. You need to get some better equipment
Okay.
before you
Maybe we
can
do that later.
Yeah. I know the Reaper kind of got defanged a little bit in this game, but for context, when I was playing through Persona 3 Reload, I was level 80 and I got by the Reaper.
Oh, green! I can hit you. Okay, there we go.
And it wasn't even close. And I'm an experienced Persona veteran, and I got at level 80. I'm like, ugh.
All right, great.
Yeah.
We made it to
Yeah,
Right.
Pathos. I'm not gonna lie. Sumo is fun to watch. I just don't like that my children see that like, Dad.
Yeah.
That's Dad.
Immediate.
Dad.
Yeah.
Immediate.
Oh boy.
Like, am I in the best shape of my life? No. I mean, I don't think I'm quite at that level.
All right, let's see. Oh, you're already there. All right, I thought I was safe back here by the platform, but I guess not. Oh, you're position hack. We're not ambushed. Oh, that's right. I can just do this. Yeah, I mean, I probably want to attack, 'cause I probably want the dumb amount of money from you. So.
But yeah, so to try to help my self-esteem a little bit, every weekend we've been going to our community pool, and I saw my evil twin at the pool. So we're in the pool with the girls, and they're learning how to swim, so we're keeping a pretty close eye on them. And then this one guy,
waiting orders.
probably like late 20s, walks into the
That's our queen.
well, that was a fun attack. Walks into the pool area, and this guy completely ripped. Like, not an ounce of fat on this guy. If you had to draw him, there would be no straight lines. Everything is like that concave muscle, like everywhere. But he had the same haircut as me. So I nudge my wife, and I look and I point. I'm like, hey, look, my doppelganger just walked in. And JF looks up, and it was the best response of like I'm not even going to acknowledge that this is a joke and just go, what? I don't see anyone. I'm like, no, that guy right there. That's my twin. Like, it's like looking in the mirror. And she's like, James, I don't see anything like that. Like, what are you looking? I'm like, oh, thanks. I wonder where this sumo idea came from. Now, I'm starting to see a lot of clues that could be correlated here, or this is just their way of doing an intervention.
No, I want to go to Jose. I feel like I'll be safe at Jose. Jose! We're good. This is fine.
Good.
Yeah. So this past week has just been kind of brutal for my self-image, thanks to the people I have chosen to spend my life with. So, it's all good.
Okay, that's maxed out. So let's. Does this mean the items get better? Oh, item times. So this is the amount of items I get. I mean, I guess, sure. Can I? Wow, fuck. Can I? No, okay. Okay, yeah, no, I need to. Okay, cool. Beautiful. Can I? Nope, not that button. This one. I feel like, yeah, you're 450 in it, so I don't have enough for you. So we will leave for now. Okay.
Yeah. We'll get more flowers for the SP food.
Oh, you're yellow. Oh, okay. We're actually like.
It's go time.
Yeah, this is like things now.
We're finally at the place where they're the same level as you.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that in a long time down here, so.
Persona.
So big oof.
Yeah. This is we were joking about our Breach characters becoming big bad evil guys, and
Joking,
looking at
yeah.
joking. Looking at the name of this persona, the Infuriated Wisdom King. I think that would be Vasile's name. Just Infuriated Wisdom King. wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't that. It looked a lot
Just
worse.
don't let your guard down.
I mean, just because I want the data. All right.
Guns
I mean, you
won't
can laugh. I
help
kind of,
Let's switch
I'm
our
just
methods.
searching intentionally.
Yeah, you know, you're doing old-fashioned research. You're not relying on Chat GPT to give you the answer.
Shattering one strike.
Oh, well, yeah, well, let's do that then. Bonk.
Let's continue,
Nailed it.
okay? Let's
Yep.
move on.
So I had a random thought, Jen.
Okay.
We collectively enjoy a good Renaissance fair.
Yeah.
You know, just the whole, it's a fun excuse. You know, wear costumes, see other people's, you know, crafts, their designs, costumes, trying, you know, some food, getting some maybe some mead and other things like that. And that's what a fun thing to do. And then I was thinking, here's the random thought.
I'm so worried.
Do you think in Renaissance times that they had people like dress up as Romans, and they had like a Roman fair, and that was their equivalent during the high Renaissance? They're like, hey, why don't we all get together, dress in togas, and pretend to do like mock gladiatorial things, or we'll do chariot racing, and we'll just be like a fun little thing that we'll do every May.
That would be great.
Hey, that's a treasure chest.
I also
So-
now want there to be Greek festivals. Like in that format, like the way there's a Renaissance fair. Like I want a Greek fair, like where it's just like, let's go to a place where we can fucking do chariot racing. And maybe not like, you know, to the death or anything, but like have some like do like LARP Gladiator Coliseum.
Yeah. So, me being the type of person who I am, I can't have an idea and not research it, because
Oh,
I
you're
was...
yellow. Oh god. Oh, there was a green one and it gave me a false sense of security. Oh no, I was trying to open the door.
You'll be fine. It's just angry Vasile. It's fine.
Right.
So me being the type of person who I am, I can't let a good idea go and not do my due diligence and actually try to research if this was a thing. And in the Renaissance time, it really wasn't a thing. But there was something kind of close. During the later Roman era, so like during the Empire, like the time of Augustus and onward, so like we're talking like 1st century, 2nd century AD, what they would do, and the city of Sparta, so the Spartans, 300, all of that, they had long faded from their glory days, because like that was 200, 300 BC, so it had been like a good 400 years since Sparta was like a real force to be reckoned with. The Roman elite would go to Sparta like tourists, and the people who lived in the, I guess what would be the modern, the equivalent city of Sparta during the Roman Empire, would put on like shows of like what they thought Sparta was like 400 years ago, but like completely get like everything wrong because they didn't know. But like wealthy Romans would go to Sparta to see like the Spartan experience, and it was kind of like a Ren fair for Romans that go back and see what Sparta was like. And I absolutely love that that's a thing.
That's incredible, and I love that. I thought this was going to be voice acted because all the music stopped because I got to the bottom of Mementos, and then it wasn't. So this is, I feel like still going to be interesting.
What a jerk.
Okay.
Especially because there's still no music, but there is a very happy little stamp station. So
Yeah, there you go, little stamp station.
Okay. Hey, buddy.
Hi there, buddy.
Oh, you're still not voice acted. Okay, great.
Yeah. You can't be important. You don't have a voice.
Exactly. Metric saying, how's everyone's weather been the past few days? It was, I know on Tuesday, it was only 96, but with the heat index was apparently like 103. And I was like, oh, that still doesn't, I actually still don't think it feels that bad. That's how much Texas has broken me. But also, Jeff put up we have a sunshade over our back deck area. So that also helps. It's wild how much that helps, just having a little bit of shade to like break up the harsh sun over there. So I think you were at our house sometime this year. I don't know if you ever went out in the backyard and saw that all the patio furniture we used to have had literally, it was like that wicker kind of weave, but it was like made out of like a plasticky kind of like thing, like it wasn't like wood or anything. Did you get to see that while you were here this year?
No, we didn't. So
Okay.
the last time we were there was with Jamf, and we didn't. And then before that,
Okay.
I didn't go out there because you had a spider that I didn't want to provoke.
Oh, Isabel. Yeah, so it's so hot here, and the sun would be so focused on our backyard for so long, all that stuff like literally melted, like sagged to the point where it couldn't support its own weight anymore, kind of melted. So Jeff rebuilt the same kind of things, but built them like in wood. It looks very nice. I should take pictures. It looks very, very nice. So he like recently redid that, and then we have the shade up. And so that's what I actually did for birthday yesterday, is I took the day off of like all work things. I went out and let billionaires buy me treats, and by that I mean I went to all the places that gave me coupons for like, get a free thing on your birthday. So like, I got free Starbucks, and I got a free bundt cake from Nothing But Cakes, and I like did all those things, and then I came back here and sat outside with my decaf iced coffee, in the shade on our fancy new furniture that Jeff built, and just I watched some Dimension 20 on my laptop, and then I did some D&D like planning, writing things, because I don't consider that work. I have fun with it, and so I like did that for like several hours, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah. I can't wait to experience what you consider fun.
So mostly it was me. I think you saw the Twitter thread. It was me going,
I did.
I have to fully decide exactly how events line up for the merge that happened, and so it was me figuring that out. That timeline of events that is a page and a half of just like bullet points. So, and it was funny because it was a little over a page, and I thought I was done, and then Jeff and I were doing something, and I stopped and stood up straight. He's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "I just realized there's a flaw in the timeline. I have to go fix this." I was like, I missed something. It was very immediate. Yeah.
And knowing our luck, one of us. Oh, hey, Mara. Hey, buddy. It's been a while since we've seen you.
This is a dick monster on a wheelchair.
Yes.
A combat wheelchair.
Combat wheelchair.
I appreciate the accessibility of Mentos.
Yeah.
Ew, I didn't need that noise that sound effect to come from the dick monster.
Yeah. Oh, Mara. The beloved persona for all the wrong reasons.
Okay. I probably should have beefed up Gwen's soda pop before this. Oh!
It turns out dicks are weak to Gwen.
Oh my god, that was so good.
I'm just gonna sign off tonight. I'm not gonna say anything funnier.
Yeah,
than
that is joke
everyone.
of the stream. There will be no beating that. Goodness gracious.
No, I'd like to think that none of us would call out an inconsistency in the timeline, but you never know. Like we have that kind of like uncanny dumb luck of like, hey, like what about this? And then I could just hear your brain shutting down over the mic, like, oh. What's
funny is like I do fully expect that to happen to someone. I'm sure there's something I've missed, and like it's something that it's like as you guys have already figured out, like the kind of order of events and perception of events is turning out to be important. So that it is something I want to get right, which is part of why I've been like, hey, if you guys feel like something doesn't make sense, like, ask me about it. And then I can either point out, yes, that is an intentional thing, you should take note of it, or I can go, I have made a fucky wucky, I'm gonna go have a conveniently timed bathroom break. It's gonna take a suspiciously long period of time, and then I will come back with an answer on what we're doing about it. So, I feel like I've covered all the bases. I went through both groups' documents to be like, what are like the things that not just feel important, but feel like they were important to the characters, and so you were more likely to remember that being a thing that happened. To potentially ask about, and I was like, okay, I have made notes of all of those things. So the other group, the notes I had for them, it was about 40 pages, and the group pages, the document I have for you guys is about 50 pages. So I had 90 pages of campaign notes to go through. So I feel pretty good about the timeline I ended on.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. I'm also glad that we've somehow added 10 more pages just because.
Well, you guys have also had like think at this point 8 more sessions, so there's that.
Oh well, I mean, I was just trying to make ourselves like, oh, we're just quality players who contributed so much.
You are quality players who have contributed so much because you've kept a schedule and actually show up to sessions.
Hey, chat, remember the old saying, 90% of everything is just showing up.
Truly. God. Anyways. It's fine. I'm excited for things. But I'm definitely glad I had some extra, that I gave myself my birthday off from it so I could, like, sit down and really, like, think about stuff and plan some things out, so.
Well, I'm excited to see what comes of it, because I think we're in a... as a player, like me as a player, not as Emil, I love things like this because I feel like because I know you've put so much time and thought into it that there's this whole world to, better understand, like, and not like a true mystery to solve, but kind of like let's put the pieces together and make everything kind of click. And as a player, that makes me very excited. For Emil, we'll see how he feels about it.
I mean, when we left Emil, he was very drunk on a rooftop, having a bit of a crisis.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I mean,
Gwen's
maybe
almost dead. When did that happen? I feel like that has to have been relatively recent. Let's see. I've got 5 of you. What other HP things do I have? Phantom Wafer! I think it's all I've got for HP? Okay. Alright. I don't feel like a bead is fully necessary. This is just mementos.
It's just the dick.
We will do the 200.
There.
I appreciate it.
Wow, you actually have a lot more of a max HP than I thought.
Persona!
Damn.
She took the tough feat.
Let's go.
Who do I... Okay, well, if Gwen goes down, I have a solution.
Unicorn.
To heal a D... Well, I didn't actually mean to click on that, but I do think I am going to do that.
All right.
Because she can do way more nuke damage than I can.
No holding.
Oh, yeah, perfect!
Let's go. Double chest blow.
Yeah!
That was a 4-digit number that you did there.
That was a butt ton of damage. That's fine. Get mad.
I love that. I in any, like, whether it's Pokemon or Persona or SMT, when the thing is about to run out of hit points or about to die, and as their last move, they're like, I'm gonna do Tail Whip. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna do it there, buddy. You got it.
I have to literally through. Okay, so I didn't, like, fully miss the Gwen thing so bad. Oh, did I, like, skip over level 69?
What a dick.
That feels rude! That's so rude! What?
Or do you think it's like how hotels don't have a floor 13? They're like, hey, game, we're just gonna skip level 69 and go straight to 70.
Oh my god! I can't believe that happened! That's so rude! You know what happened? Is the...
Go on.
Jeff just very slowly opened the door. E is also here, so they're both just looking at me. The game is so mean, it gave me enough experience points. I went from level 68 to 70. I didn't get the 69 in the middle.
Hi, Jeff. Hi,
Oh,
E.
shut up! That was rude. Anyways. So last stream we made the joke about how I was so close to level 69, and you were like, oh, if you get to 69, are you gonna have to, like, stop? Like, you can't gain any more levels, and I feel like the game heard that and was like, we gotta make sure this bitch keeps playing. Oh, God.
My persona has gained new power.
Yeah.
I like that Matt Mercer contributed nothing to this fight, but yet he still is leveling up.
Which one is this? This is heavy to all. You're medium to all. Okay, great.
While she's leveling up, Metric, I'll answer your question. SMT5 Vengeance. So I've played I've played SMT5 thoroughly. Vengeance, I'm not as far in to see the changes that they've made, but like the small things that they have added, like quality of life, some new story elements, some new demons. I'm really enjoying everything that they've added, and a lot of the quality of life and the better quality writing. I very much appreciate, because the SMT5 was a little light on the story. It was very conscious of being, we have really fun gameplay, and we're gonna put together the flimsiest story possible to keep the game mechanically connected. But like, you know what you were getting in for. Like, you were here for the mechanics of the game, not for the story. And now they're like, hey, we're gonna make the story good too, because the mechanics are pretty solid where they are.
James.
Jen.
I thought I knew what to do because it's gun amp, and I was like, oh, strengthen skills by 50%, so that should replace this one, except it says it can stack. So I don't feel like I'm supposed to get rid of this, then? I feel like I should get rid of something else?
I would still get rid of gun boost just based on your playstyle. You usually use Haru for Psych, for her Tetracon and Maracons.
Like, usually, yeah. There was a fight we just did where she was using her gun, like, every fucking time, though.
Okay.
Like... But yeah, I guess everything else I do want to keep. Because I do use her most. I do use her. I mean, there's non-special ailments. I don't know if I've ever figured out what that actually means, so I don't know if I've ever used this.
That will come in handy. Let's just hold on to that.
All right.
I would say either Psi Boost or replace Gun Boost.
All right, I'll replace Gun Boost because I do use her more for Psychic than for the gun, so. All right, here we go. Yeah, it's totally wrong. Yeah. It's just...
Yeah, no. You're totally in the wrong.
Okay. Metric, you say I hit 69 earlier when I rammed into an enemy with Morgana earlier. First of all, that's a sentence. But secondly, like, no, the screen we just saw took me from 68 to 70. So, I think I did just actually skip it somehow.
I apologize.
Okay, he's gone. Morgana's about to have a fucking breakdown, I think.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Immortal Vest. Ooh.
Okay. Let's go! Can I save here? No. It doesn't look like it's gonna open. Oh, well, you look real upset.
Alright. Good job. You've made it as far as you can in Mementos.
I thought this was the bottom! Do I have to... Okay, James?
Yeah.
Is the game just gonna, like, do things and I'll be able to get down there? Or...
Yeah.
Or... Okay. I was like, do I have to, like, do something with somebody's fucking social
Watch out,
link?
Joker. This area's full of really strong
So
shadows.
if you want to go... Are you trying to find Jose?
Well, yeah, and Jose just showed up, so I was gonna...
Perfect.
I was gonna do this real quick because I need to... Because I have the 450 fucking flowers, so...
Yes, you do.
Assuming that's a correct thing, I need to try to go this way. Okay.
Feel it.
You're blue. You're an actual fight. Where's actually? Let's just check everybody's shit. Gwen's very close to not being able to do it. Gwen is almost out of spell slots, so... Oh, all my SP things are like kind of buck wild right now. Okay, we can do that one.
Yeah. While you're making sure Gwen has enough soda pop. So on Friday, Jamp and I celebrated Father's Day by doing the only appropriate thing possible, and that's hiring a babysitter to watch the people who made me a father. And, one of the we did eater and I sent some pictures in the Discord chat. Very cute place, very comfy vibes. A lot of bookshelves were honeycombs, so they had like products and other decorations in these honeycombs everywhere. And I had some mead, obviously. It was a ginger mead that they had, like a candied ginger that they mixed in, and it was so good. I really enjoyed it. And Jamf, they gave a few samples to us because it was our first time there, which is very kind of them. And mead, Jamf gave it the good old college try, but it just wasn't her thing, or maybe we didn't find the right one for her. But the cool thing that they did at this meadery is that they also have a lot of like traditional mixed drinks and in cocktails. But what they'll do is, because it's a meadery, anytime something calls for simple syrup, they would make the simple syrup from their honey and not from sugar, which I think is like a nice way of like, mead might not be for everyone, but like if you wanted something that has like simple syrup in it, it'll at least have our honey in it. Jamf got a ranch water, and I started laughing hysterically. And it was funnier because she did not watch that part of the stream where we talked about it. So she has no idea why I'm laughing when she says, I'm going to get a ranch water. And I just look at her like, really? You're going to get a ranch water? She's like, yeah, it's great. Why wouldn't I? I'm like, you didn't watch that part of the stream, did you?
That's so funny. All right, the 450, here we go. So we're going to get you, so I have that, and then I've got only 21 left. I don't think 20, I could get a blank card. I have 37. I have an awkward number of flowers left, so that's fine. So I think I just leave now?
Yeah, go you can fast travel, down to the lower area, and then you can fast travel to the beginning. Good, that was a very successful Mementos trip.
Mementos overview. Go all the way up here. Great. Pathos has pointed out it's D&D time. However, I think more importantly, we still have not talked about the Nintendo Direct, specifically Zelda.
Yeah, you got a playable Zelda on your birthday. Congratulations.
That Nintendo Direct, I didn't expect to see anything I cared about, which is why I was like, I'm gonna go do all my errands. And then the Discord was just like, here's this and here's this. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, very excited we saw stuff from Metroid Prime 4. It looks like it might also have fixed the issues of like Other M, because that was fucking atrocious. So I'm excited that we might finally be getting one, a good Metroid again. I'm conflicted about the 100 line, whatever the Danganronpa Tactica. I wanna like the idea of it, but I don't think it's gonna be my style of game. So we'll see. What happens.
It looks like a tower defense tactical game.
Yeah.
But I mean, that might be up my alley. So, I like my headcanon for this is that these are the people defending the Hope's Academy to not let outsiders in to ruin the story for all the people inside Hope's Academy. Like, let us in! Don't let these kids kill each other. I'm like, no, we have to hold the line for 100 days. Don't let them in. That's my headcanon. And if that's the twist at the end of the game, we have it here. I've called it on June 19th. That's the twist of the game.
What if this game is how they fix the abysmal ending of V3?
I don't know what you're talking about, Jen.
The game mysteriously ended after 5 chapters.
We have beat this dead horse. I unironically like
the horse deserves it.
You're back.
Wow. Wow. It's like, what's James? What's your gauge for people's behavior? Well, do they take shopping carts back and do they abuse dead horses?
Hold on. I need to first figure out if there's anything I should be doing with my evening. I guess I could see if there's gonna be anybody available, and I can call what's her butt if there is. Oh no, it literally is not gonna let me.
Well, because you went to Memento, so you
Oh,
need
does
to get
that
your...
not count as going into a palace for
Yeah,
like
so
calling what's her butt so I can go do stuff?
Yeah, you can call your teacher to let you go out because she won't make you feel tired anymore.
Which is a super gross. But like, I feel like it would still let me look at my map though, and they just wouldn't let me leave. I guess I'm gonna try. I'll try to call her and just see what happens.
I should write
I'm
something.
gonna save first before I
Hey,
give this bitch
hey.
money for no reason.
Hey, Trebs. Trebs? Trebs?
You said it the way I would have.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll do this. Okay, so yeah, so this is fine.
Yeah, totally fine. This is totally normal behavior.
Yeah, it's total. God, I hate this so much. Oh, stop commenting on it. God, it's the literal worst. You don't need to call me master ever.
Oh.
God.
See you later.
Japan's such a magical place.
All right. So now, okay, so it will let me look at stuff now. All right, so you're fine. Yeah, I don't think I've got anybody. I mean, fucking Mishima. Who are?
Hey, Mishima.
Yeah. Shit biscuits.
Hey, Mishima.
So, I guess I could like. I mean, after all that, I could. Can I get her to come back over and do my laundry for me?
I think you could.
I guess like I could do the laundry because I feel like I'm good on curry and coffee.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I might just go do laundry.
I don't know. I don't know how you would feel about this in the role playing that we are doing in this game, but you can take other people to the jazz club that are not Gwen to boost their stats.
Okay, but does that actually matter though?
For Gwen?
For anybody else?
I mean, yeah, their stats will get boosted, and I just had the realization now when like in that previous fight where you dropped some medicine on Gwen, it's like, oh, 200, perfect, and it was like a sliver of her health.
Yeah.
You have taken her to the jazz club so many times that her health bar is insane.
That many times. All right, I'll take somebody else to the fucking jazz club. Who should I take then?
Well, have Kawakami do your laundry first, then go to the jazz club.
Oh, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah. I would say someone who's in your current rotation. So, like, you could take Ryuji, you could take Haru.
I know that it should be somebody in my current rotation, but, like, who makes sense? Like, for, like, what's gonna... God, how do I fucking walk here? Oh, you're just, like, in front of it.
Yeah. I would say Ryuji or On.
Okay.
The joke I made about Japan's a magical, wonderful place. I actually just watched a really good video on YouTube from a content creator that I support on Patreon. Very insightful videos about like Japanese video games, of like answering the question like why do you always fight God in JRPGs? Like, why is that just a
Hey, wait a minute. Can I go to the temple at night?
No.
Damn it. All right, never mind.
Yeah, it's a daytime only thing. The guy puts out a lot of good videos and did like a 2-hour video on how video games and then like other sorts of media are a kind of like soft propaganda.
Who did you say
like
should do
not,
Ryuji
or On?
or On? I'll do Ryuji.
Oh.
Because it's gonna get his health up, right? And I just keep tanking him for things, so that's probably
Exactly.
a good idea.
That's exactly right. That is 100% correct. But he was talking about how like the Japanese government funds a lot of like anime studios and other things to project soft power to make Japan seem like a great and wonderful place, like through their anime and through their video games, where like you get a lot of weebs who are like, yeah, I want to learn Japanese and go to Japan and learn all these things. And it's really just projecting soft power, because it was literally less than 2 generations ago that Japan
So
were doing
anyway.
very horrible things in the world, and how quickly they've reformed their image was no small part thanks to the dissemination of their culture and people like, yeah, like I'd love to go visit, Tokyo and Japan. Like I consume a lot of video games and anime and
kinda
manga
interesting.
and all of that, and how I think the most concerning thing I heard is that the
right.
Thai government
Damn.
the Thai government sponsors a lot of
Thanks, man.
restaurants across the world to
See ya.
like pad Thai and stuff like that. That's part of their cultural heritage, and the Thai government gives subsidies to businesses across the world that are Thai restaurants. And I'm like, oh, there's a lot of like soft power flexing going on here. And that's kind of concerning, and now I'm just kind of looking at the world differently. But anyway, I think, just like I was like, oh yeah, my teacher will give me a massage. That's normal. Cool. Let's go to Japan, everyone.
Oh god, fucking Frittata. Anyways, Zelda.
So yeah, we were talking about Nintendo Directs.
Yeah. So there was a trailer for a new Zelda game. Which I want to point out that the way it was phrased was that it was a new they said it was like a new installment. They did not say it's a new mainline installment. So just want to point that out. But yeah, so it very much has the vibes of like the Game Boy style of Zelda from old, and is clearly also the exact same art style as that. Essentially, I don't remember what they actually called it, but it was the remake of Link's Awakening.
Yeah, probably exact same engine. Too,
yeah.
And...
So, which I'm not opposed to that. And I was like, I liked the old Game Boy ones, and I was like, okay, cool. I like this because it normally has the format of like there are dungeons again. I didn't like from the not Link's Awakening. No, not Four Swords. That it was like, oh, you can still do the dungeons in any order because you just like go to this weird rabbit dude and like rent the equipment you need rather than like finding it in a linear way. And I was like, that kind of like sucks a little bit, but like whatever. I looked at it as making the games more accessible and less of a intentionally trying to depart from the linearity of Zelda, like since they had already kind of departed from the linearity by how they've done Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. And it's like, no, it was straight up so they could depart from that. And so you've got the mechanic in this one. It's like, yes, you can play as Zelda. It's like, that sounds fucking great. It's like, we didn't give her a sword, though. She's got a little magic rod that just lets her, like, copy shit she's already seen. And it could be items, or it could be monsters. And I think, like, one of the things that is the most frustrating for me playing, like, Tears of the Kingdom is just like, hey, like, you can go to this menu where you can scroll through, like, a bunch of, like, items to either, like, drop or throw or attach to your arrow or whatever, and there's so many of them. There's so many things. There shouldn't be that many things accessible in that menu at a time. You should be able to, like, pick, like, your top 15, 20 at most. I dare say even 10. That mechanic drives me fucking insane. And this game is just like, oh, do that some more. It's gonna be that. You're Zelda, and you're not actually gonna fight by yourself. You are going to summon other things to fight for you, and then you can summon things to, like, throw at a dude. But if you end up, like, in a melee thing, like, you're not swinging a sword, a stick, or anything like that, it's just, like, use creative solutions to get it to survive combat. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to, I am so tired of crafting being put into games. I was like, there are crafting games. That's fine over there. I love me some crafting in a crafting game. Stop taking the already existing stuff and be like, we're gonna add crafting. Because everybody loves crafting. It's like, I will play a crafting game if I want to do that, okay? If I want to craft shit, I will go play Stardew or Minecraft and whatever. Like, even Animal Crossing fucking added it, and it made me mad, but also you can do the game without ever really doing the crafting bit. You don't have to do the crafting bit. So that's fine. But it's like, no, that's the mechanic. Fuck you. So I'm conflicted. Because on principle, I feel like I should play the Zelda game. And finally being given an opportunity to play as Zelda. But I don't feel like I'm playing a Zelda game as Zelda. I feel like I'm playing a different game that they put a Zelda skin over. So we'll see how I feel by the time it actually comes out. I don't know. But right now, the opinions are not positive.
That's fair. I mean, those are all excellent points. I don't have any rebuttals to that. I think Zelda with a sword would be fun. And
God, that'd be dope as hell.
Hyrule Warriors and Age of Calamity had. That's the first actual mainline Zelda game. It is fun though. Like I had someone mention to me who's also a very big Zelda fan that the way that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom talked about Link's swordsmanship at his age of like, you read these journal articles or like people's journals in those games of like Link at the age of 7 was beating knights with his sword prowess. Like, wow, that's really cool. And then like an Octorok just hits him in the back of the head and he dies. Like, oh, well, that's not really. But then like you play like Age of Calamity or Hyrule Warriors in that Dynasty Warrior style, and I think that's probably the most accurate rendition of the way they've talked Link up in those games. Of like, oh no, this guy is just like juggling people in air, like 100 people in air, and then stabs down and they all evaporate. Like that sounds like the Link that was described to me.
That's a hero of time right there.
There he is, right there.
All right, this was voice acted, so we're gonna get through this.
Okay.
If I'm not back in half an hour, just stay here and wait for me to come back. I'm kinda nervous, but here I go. Time to make like a tree and branch out.
I actually liked that one. I was like, make like a tree, and I was already nervous for whatever was gonna be said, but that's good. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, God.
Sorry, I totally forgot to check the time. I was having fun.
Yay. I was not, but good for you.
I stood next to these air conditioners for 45 minutes.
You know, it was the same Akihabara as before, but everything looked so different to me this time. It's not just here, though. My whole world is expanding. Every day brings new and different discoveries. The direction of Sojiro's cowlick, the atmosphere of Yongen, the various types of coffee beans. Things might be the exact same as they were yesterday, but from my perspective, it's all spinning. I knew it was possible, but I had never really felt that sensation before now. I just hope I can keep changing little by little, like everyone else does. Yeah, I'll do it at my own pace.
Yeah, music notes.
Oh,
yeah.
By the way, I got a text from Kana-chan saying she got a job at a convenience store.
I was like, who the fuck is that? And I got there.
There you go.
Sounds like she's just happy to be living life like a normal teenager. Plus, she got study guides with the money she made. She's gonna take the high school entrance exam. Even Kana-chan's trying to step out into the world.
I've never heard anyone so excited about buying study exams. Japan's a great country, everyone.
Right now. But I'd like to. Someday. Hey, you said you'd give me a reward if I completed my promise list. Remember?
I actually do not remember this at all. I honor my promises.
You the man.
Like, I didn't have an option of I don't remember that, so.
You know, I was looking in a bunch of stores thinking about what to buy. But it felt kind of weird. There were plenty of things I wanted, but it was all stuff I could get if I worked really hard. And after all, I already have something I wouldn't have been able to get on my own. You don't think so? No, you're forgetting. You gave me something really important. You gave me my life back.
Aww, so
It's
cute.
thanks to you that I learned I'm fine just as I am. And that
I'm not
going
gonna say it to your face.
Yeah, I cannot make eye contact during this conversation, so.
I was as good as dead. but you resurrected me. I want to use my work with the Phantom Thieves to return you the favor. And when I remember
There's a
all
man
the
standing
friends I've
right
made,
next to you.
Right?
it's like I'm tapping into some kind of unknown power.
All right, we're gonna get the words.
Yay.
It's gonna happen. There it is.
I am thou, thou art I. Thou hast turned a vow into a blood oath.
I've made a lot of
Upon
blood
shall
oaths.
become the wings of
Just kind of like
rebellion
passing
break
them out
the
like
yoke of my
candy.
heart.
Yeah, I mean that's a good thing to do in D&D. If you make enough pacts, the gods won't know what to do with your soul afterwards. They'll fight for it.
The paperwork when you die is gonna be a nightmare.
Yeah.
Just a
I would
multi-fatal- Oh, that's nice.
I would like to say, between Persona 5,
I got
Persona
two
4,
things?
and Persona 3, when Jamp hears those words, I am thou, thou art, it is a Pavlovian response of eye twitching, and just like she will leave the room.
Between the number of games you've played and the number of ones you have replayed, like she has to be so. She's heard it too many times. It has to haunt her dreams.
She knows who these voice actors are now, so she can hunt them down in public if she ever finds them.
All right.
What, we got fucking GLaDOS now? What's happening?
You have Prometheus, and this is Bob.
You gave me my life back, so it's my turn to risk my life for you. Feel free to tell me anything. I'll do whatever I can to help.
We do not have suspicious broccoli. We do have inactive air conditioner units. So
Inactive, the spying inactive air conditioner. Mishima's gonna poke his head out of it. Hey, did you guys?
oh my god, right?
And I never said I was gonna let my reward go unclaimed. So, let me see.
Can I interest you in a nice washing machine?
How about a month's supply of instant yakisoba? Pretty good deal, huh?
What's a month's supply to you? How often do you eat this?
I don't want to order it off the net, though. Let's go look for it in the real world. Now I know how much fun walking around can be. Thanks.
How wholesome.
Ooh, treasure skimmer. What does that do? Find out if I was carrying a rare. Oh, okay.
Yay! But yeah, these games do drive Jamf crazy at this point. So I've gotten to the point where I tend to only play them when she's either asleep or not in the den. SMT5 is throwing her for a loop though, because she is recognizing the Persona demons characters, but it's definitely not like the social aspect of Persona. So there's no I am thou, thou art. There's none of that. But she's like, I know who those characters are, and she's like very ambivalent about it.
I don't remember if I have an order out right now or not. I do not. All right.
You know what, Metric, that's a good point. It's so ingrained in her psyche that just seeing the screen, she hears it. Ooh, Suntroka's getting ready for Elden Ring DLC.
Oh boy. I don't think I have anything non-D&D on my list. Well, I do kind of have one thing, but it's not an important thing, so I'm happy to skip it.
Yeah, the other thing just from the Nintendo Direct, the 2024 has been the year of the JRPG, or will be the year of the JRPG. And I'm eating good this year. There were so many like JRPGs in that Nintendo Direct that like were not even remotely close to being on my radar. And I'm thinking like, oh man, like I was worried like, am I going to be able to beat SMT5 Vengeance in time for the ReFantazio? And then I'm looking at these games on the Switch. I'm like, oh, these look like really good like JRPGs. I'd really be interested in. Oh, the curse of adulthood that I have no time. I have no time, but I have the resources, but I don't have the time.
Such a pleasant atmosphere.
How's your phone pronounce my new Discord nickname?
This drink.
I need to look at what it currently is. But yeah, it was definitely doing like a Spanish twist on it. Is it still the fucking? Let's see, where was the last time you posted something? Do. I'm looking for a banana. Are you
Banana, you
again?
need
Yeah.
to post more often. Jeez.
Yeah, what it was doing was it was saying it was before it was like banana mandrew or something. Yeah, and it was like banana mignon drew. Like it was like doing like the squiggle over the N is how it was pronouncing it, the text to speech. So then he specifically put it in there. So yeah, so now it's Manana Nandres is what it's kind of doing.
Manana.
Like Phenomena, but not.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was trying to like cue up the Phenomena song, like Manyamanandras. The
It's so fun. It cracked me up so bad the first time it happened. I feel like actually your like original one was funnier, but it also could have been funnier just because I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, it fucking killed me. All right. I know you said honor Ryuji, but I was like, I'm using Haru so much. I was like, this feels like a good choice.
Oh, she got Heat Riser. Oh, that's a really good skill.
Okay. I feel like I get rid of the... No, you said you were very weird about I should keep that. Well, shit.
This is tough now.
Like,
I wasn't expecting you to get Heat Riser from the jazz club.
Like, if you hadn't said anything, I'd be like, easy. This one goes away.
Okay, you know what? You do have items that will do that. Yeah, go ahead, get rid of that. You have items, and then we can fuse Persona to get that ability as well, so Joker can use it.
Okay.
Heat Riser is just such a useful ability because it rises all stats. Yeah, the last thing on my list before we get into D&D stuff, really short thing so again, Jamf and I went out for Father's Day on Friday, and Jamf is usually our planner and reservation maker for where we're going out. But through a lot of screwy things that I still have a hard time reconciling and understanding, she somehow has like 2 different accounts. Like one is like an open table account, and then like a different similar app for making reservations. And one of them is very, like, it's nearly impossible for her to change her name without losing like all of her perk points and all of the perks that she got through it. So we always play this game of, we call it reservation roulette, that before we, like, as we're walking into the restaurant, we have to figure out, like, is it your maiden name or is it your married name? So we always seem like psychos walking in. It's like, the reservation is this. Like, I'm sorry, we don't have anyone with that name. It's like, oh, how about this name? And they're like, yeah, that name's there. They say it like suspiciously. And then it usually becomes a conversation of like, yeah, we tried to change it, but then they would reset all the perk points and all of that. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're still like, that's kind of weird, but okay.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too, Haru. It's very...
This feels like it should be voice acted. You got it. You got it. You're good. God, I'm up. This doesn't have anything to do with the scene that's happening right now, but I have the munchies so bad and I want popcorn. Something terrible right now.
Ooh. Jeff, make it so.
No, I don't want to do it right in front of a microphone. I might have some when I'm done, though. Because I do have some stuff I gotta do after stream, so. I don't like this man's suit.
It's green.
It is green. It might just be because it's green that I don't like it. It just feels like a weird choice.
But it's not like a happy green. This is a very, like, you've taken all the joy out of green.
Yeah.
Kind of like Pathos is green. Pinstripes are the wave of the future in 2017 when this game originally came out.
I like that she goes, I know this isn't a particularly good cup of coffee because, like, the beans aren't great and I didn't do a good job. And he's like, oh, this tastes exactly like your grandfather's coffee.
Rude. Rude.
Incredible.
I won't let my company serve low quality food like I'm doing to you right now.
Right? Okay, this guy's actually not seeming too bad.
No.
No, don't apologize. There was nothing rude about you being like, look, you're a bunch of money-grubbing adults who, like, clearly wanted in on the top layers of this company. Like, you can call it like you see it.
Speaking of calling it like I see it, you know what I also don't like about this? And it's not just this man's suit. I don't like that there's a chair in the corner.
Yeah, that is
like,
kind of a weird chair, because there's no table near it or anything.
I feel like a plant, like a tall plant, or I mean, she's wealthy, like a statue of something, like, would be better there. Not a chair.
Like, and I would have been like, oh, maybe it's just because, like, they didn't feel like they needed it for, like, this meeting thing, like, get rid of the extra and just put it in that corner. But you can see in the bottom right corner of the screen when the camera kind of drifts over to the right that there's another chair, empty chair, just hanging out there. So clearly they didn't clear out the empty chairs. So it's not that.
I've played this game 4 times, Jen. I have never noticed that chair, and I'm very irate now. Like,
I'm here to ruin the things you love, James.
Get in line behind my daughters and my wife, please. Jeez. No respect.
Hey, at least I haven't said sumo wrestlers remind me of you, so.
Well, thank you. That's why you're a true friend. That's my bar for true friendship. You're not a sumo wrestler. Yep. Jamf and I have like this like small little like random things where it will sound completely nonsensical to anyone else, but like just the memory it triggers will just like break us out of like whatever like mental loop we're in. And I imagine just like if you randomly say to me, James, you're not a sumo wrestler, I'll be so happy. Like, yeah, you know what, I am. That's right, I'm not.
Jeff and I also have what I think our number one thing of those is yelling Mark Zuckerberg. That's our break a loop thing. Because of a Game Grumps episode fucking years ago. So we'll just yell Mark Zuckerberg, and it's like, funny. All right, moving on.
One of ours, it came up while we were driving in a parking lot, and it was completely packed. And Jamp said, "Hey, yell if you or like shout if you see a spot." And I don't know why my brain immediately went to this, but I saw an open spot. But the thing I decided to shout was just going, "Jeb!" And just. And she, we almost crashed the car because we were laughing so hard.
Gosh.
So anytime we're in a bad mood, we just go, "Jeb!" And it's fine.
This man is, like, half correct in this conversation. It's like, no. I mean, she might, but I'm not down for that. No, we're just friends, but, like, also break off that marriage, please.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Jamf heard me. She heard the call of Jeb, and now she's walking over to me.
Okay, all right. Is this?
Oh.
We're actually gonna end up liking this guy.
All
I
right.
didn't expect that.
Jamf told me the story of where Jeb came from is because we saw a bumper sticker when he was running for president, and the bumper sticker just said Jeb with an exclamation point, and that's why I shouted it.
Perfect.
Thank you. I love you. That was to you, chat, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love this man being like, yeah, this dude just keeps talking about a contract. What fucking contract? Oh my god. Fuck this guy. I want to fucking push him off the roof of the school.
Excuse me?
Oh my god.
It seems that he is lying. He is just a child and I'm an adult. I have seen things.
Oh my god.
You have my
Okay,
thanks.
yeah, I'm sorry for making fun of the color of your suit, sir.
Maybe
God
that's
damn.
strategic. Maybe the suit lulls people into a false sense of security, and then he strikes.
I hope he doesn't turn around and he's not actually an asshole and this was all a ruse. God, I will be fucking pissed. Then we'll shove them both off the roof of the building. You know what? No, I said off the roof of the school. No, out of, like, I think we've got a corporate headquarters that's, like, big, right? Yeah, I remember seeing that when we were doing the initial palace thing. I'm gonna shove you off of that roof. Out a window. No, we're gonna do it out a window. Through glass that's not pre-broken. We're gonna fucking have a time of it.
Yay, defenestration! Which is also a great word for command in D&D.
Truly is. Very welcome.
I do hope we get to play Breach a few more times because I have a post-it note of great one-word commands to use.
I, thanks to watching Dimension 20, have learned of a spell I did not know existed, and I'm absolutely
Magic
adding
missile?
it. Fuck you, James. What's funny is none of them, their wizard does not have magic. I've never seen magic missile cast in that fucking show, actually. So I feel like Brennan and Siobhan are both on team magic missile sucks. Anyways, point being, I did learn about a spell that I did not know existed, and I am trying to not have as many high-level spells on my wish list, because, like, there's a limited number of slots all the way the fuck up there once you're over 5. But there is a spell that I was like, shit, I'm putting that on my list for the next level up if we get to one, and I can see that. I could see it doing some fucking incredible shenanigans, and I'm very excited.
Are we gonna guess, or are we just gonna have to wait and see?
You can guess if you want. I'll give you. You can if you want to try to guess. You can. Otherwise, it'll be total secret surprise.
Okay, can you at least tell me what level it is?
Okay, so that's gonna be the other thing. So if you want to try to guess it, I would say I can either straight up give you some kind of hint, or you can ask me like 3 yes or no questions to help narrow things down.
Okay, you know what? I'll do the yes or no.
Okay, all right.
Is it a 7th level spell?
No.
Is it an evocation spell?
I don't know what school of magic it is. I would assume not, though.
Okay.
I'm checking.
Does it? Okay, while you're checking, does it require verbal, somatic, and material?
Well, now I'm glad I'm checking. It is not evocation. And what was the phrasing of your final question?
Does it have all 3 spell components? Is it verbal, somatic, and material?
It does not.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oakley dokley. That's going to be my homework assignment.
Incredible. Anyways, what other D&D stuff do we got?
I kind of want to let this scene play out.
Oh, is this where I have to be careful? Okay, yes. I like how the game reminds me I'm already in a relationship. He saw us as good friends. This is such a brutal response.
Yes.
Oh, no!
Yep.
Oh, this one is the worst. Most of them are like, oh, okay. Or like, yeah. This, ouch. You're probably right. Oh. Haru, no.
You know,
This one I feel bad about.
Yeah, my dad just died.
Oh,
It's okay.
she's leaving! Oh, no! Oh, brutal. That was a bad one.
That one stings. And you know what? There's nothing you could have done about it.
Yeah, fucking.
Ooh,
Wow. Something you really want to tell me, huh?
you're dead to me. You're
Yeah,
dead to me,
right?
Joker.
I can't wait to try it. Yeah, look, the number of times I've thought, man, I wish I could smell over the phone has been probably, I don't want to say 0, I'm sure there's sometimes somebody has described something incredible that they've baked or whatever, and I wish I could smell. But it can't be. I am glad this is not a feature. Haru.
Yeah. Yeah, Farron. Yeah, Haru's just not having a good couple of months. But you know what? To Joker's credit, this is clearly a rebound. She's coming off a very bad relationship, and
Right?
yeah, you don't want to be that rebound. You need to let that breathe a little bit, give it some time, let her discover herself. You know, she's not even at rank 10 yet. She hasn't awakened to her true self yet. You know,
She is also technically still engaged, so like. She might not be happy about it, but she is in a relationship, and I should respect the fact that it's like, no, that is, I'm not like that. I'm not gonna come at you.
Yeah, chat. You are all better than rebounds. You are all better than rebounds.
I guess I could take someone else to the jazz club again, because there's like there's nothing else really for me to do with my evening. I guess I'm gonna go have the teacher do more laundry for me.
There you go. Well, welcome to the end game where you get into a very good routine of like, well, teacher does laundry, I go to jazz club until something happens. I like the idea that you go to the jazz club and Mishima's just pressing his face against the window in the rain, watching you.
All right.
Oh, Farron, don't trust those. What's the 1984 line? Don't trust those lying eyes of yours.
All right, so now we go here.
Yeah, don't be a rebound, Farron. Just date your teacher who moonlights as a maid. You know, normal things, normal behavior.
Bring more stamina.
Oh,
If there's someone in
what do you
particular
wanna
who would
do?
benefit from a stamina boost.
Hey,
So stamina is I believe is your SP. So honestly, Gwen, because she's always going first, and you're always using nuke off the bat. She could use more baseline soda pop.
Hell yeah.
D&D wise,
Thanks for coming in.
I mean, we kind of talked about your campaign, how you have brought two worlds together, and we're trying to figure it out. Oh, the singer's actually here tonight.
Yeah.
And your backs are to
not bad
her.
at all.
This is the Futaba level of conversation.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but yeah, like with you bringing the worlds together and like Emil's responses, I like would Emil be like really upset of like the existential thing that he's going through right now? I don't know. It's sometimes nice just to kind of stir the pot to see what happens, because apparently that has started Ashley and E going down a path of like that probably wouldn't have happened if Emil wasn't doing that. And like I'm a yes-ander. I want to see where that goes, and I think it's kind of funny. But maybe it's not a bad thing that Terry doesn't remember things the way Emil does.
Yeah.
It kind of, it's like almost starting with a clean slate in a way.
Yeah, but you also don't know. You don't know what somebody else might know.
And maybe that's why he's drinking so heavily, because he doesn't know.
I feel like I should keep this and my nuke boost, because I just use her for nuke so much. I guess I could, because that's everybody. That's just one. So I guess like I could get rid of this, but I like the idea of having a targeted one. I don't know if I've used this. I feel like everybody else gets like these issues slapped out of them before their turn.
That's true, and you can use items to do the same thing.
Yeah. So I think I replace this.
Yeah.
Because I think having a stacked boost to my...
All right.
Thank you.
Did it just say my max... Fuck, I can't see it. Did it just say my max went up by 40? Was that my soda pop or my HP?
I think it was your soda pop.
Fuck yeah!
Gwen is gonna nuke harder.
Yeah, she is.
But yes, oh, that's right.
Thank you for doing my laundry while I went on a date.
Who was your date with? Oh, the student council president. I'm not going to tell anyone that at school. Oh, jeez. I'm supposed to be dead, remember? Oh,
yeah. Nobody. God, we're so cavalier. I'm just like hanging out at a jazz club while I'm supposed to be dead. Jesus Christ.
It's dark. I'm sure it's dark in there.
Ay, ay, ay.
But yeah, so it's been fun in your campaign to kind of interact with the realization is like, oh, like what memory, like what is the new reality, and like, you know, what does that mean for like Emil's family, for people that he's interacted with, like Terry. So it's kind of fun exploring that and seeing the what ifs, and yeah, especially with Terry. Like if he randomly bumps into Terry and Terry is cold and distant, is it because she remembers, or is it because Emil's a complete stranger?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Okay, we're gonna try to get Haru's maxed out. Where's my carrot list? Oh, we should have some fresh carrots. Hi, yes,
She's
everything's great. Give me carrots first.
She threw all the vegetables off the roof. You're dead. And
Alright, give me carrots. Great. So one of the things we tried to talk about during the stream on Saturday before my power kept going out, which was very funny based on the timing, is I know I've talked during like this stream before about like my feelings on the spell Power Word Kill, but I guess some people had like missed that, so we kind of talked about it a little bit about like I hate that spell. And I know there are other spells that DMs have strong opinions about, so they're like, I'm gonna ban the use of this at my table or whatever for whatever reason. And I'm like, I feel like it's dumb to ban spells. However, the one thing in my head, I was like, I will never use Power Word Kill because I hate the idea of a spell that you as players cannot do anything about. Like,
Yeah.
you're not likely to counterspell it, and somebody just goes straight to dead. Like, there's no heal, there's nothing there. And I'm like, that feels like a cheap move, and feels like a poor game design choice. Just to be like, and you're gone now. So that's my feeling of Power Word Kill. And I will admit, I don't remember which person said it. I feel like it was either Pathos or Liz. Made a comment about like Power Word Death Saving Throw, which made me laugh, but I was like, I actually don't hate that conceptually.
Hey!
As the idea of like, if somebody's gonna do a Power Word Kill, that it doesn't kill you. It does drop you to 0, and you get to start making death saving throws so people could heal you, and you're still gonna be like effectively at 0, so like if somebody heals you, you did just go from whatever you were at to like, you know, maybe 14. So you're still very much in a danger zone. But it is something where, like, you, the player, still have, like, some semblance of control over it. You don't really have control. You are just rolling death saving throws. It does, like, it is still, like, a degree of random on the side. And I'm saying a degree of random on the dice because dice aren't truly random, which is a whole other fucking thing.
it wasn't there like a very successful TikTok video that you did?
Oh my god. Well, no, because there's a difference of like random and like what the statistics say are gonna potentially happen. Like it's can't. Anyways, we're getting into a semantics territory, and I don't want to do it. Call it random. Dice are kind of random. They are random enough. And it's like, you're not controlling any of that happening, but you do still, like, you feel like you're having an impact on it when you're rolling the death saving throws. So I actually spent a little bit of time, like, thinking about what, like, how I would, like, workshop that to make it, like, okay, if I wanted to institute turning it effectively into power word saving throw, what that would be. Because you do also still want it to feel like powerful enough for it being a 9th level spell. Like, if you're gonna burn a 9th level of all the options you have, when Meteor Swarm is staring you in the face, why would you choose to do power word death saving throw instead of that? So I ended up like writing some stuff out on like what my thoughts on it were. Oh my god, where did they fucking go? Did I not put it in this document? Oh, that's upsetting. Now I gotta figure out where I typed this. Oh no, there it is. It is here. It is just it's not where I thought it did. So me thinking about the idea of turning it into power word death saving throw. This is what I've currently landed on, and it's like, and I'm just like, and I'm also sharing this for like workshopping, you know, to get some feedback. But this is what I'm currently considering for power word DST. Is that it will instantly drop a creature to 0 HP, but they do not die outright, and instead begin making death saving throws. So these are the attributes I have given it. Number 1, if the affected creature has Death Ward on them at the time, the creature must make a DC 19 Wisdom saving throw similar to Counterspell rolling rules. On a successful save, the Death Ward absorbs the power word kill and the creature goes to 1 HP as Death Ward would normally function. On a failure, the Death Ward breaks and the creature drops to 0. And I was like, I think that makes sense. You've kind of like preemptively put a Counterspell kind of thing there.
Yeah.
Second thing is, because I do want it to like have an impact of like, you did just go from pretty fine to you should be dead right now. So I'm going with any failures accumulated from saving throws acquired because of the power word kill do not reset when the creature is healed and only wipe after a long rest. So if you were PWK'd, I went to 0 and you had a failure before someone got you back up. If you went down again, you are starting your set of throws with that one failure still in play.
Okay.
So that's.
I have no comments. That all sounds fair and reasonable.
And then the third thing I went with is creatures healed from a PWK will gain a level of exhaustion. Because again, if you went from mostly fine to not, that should be a little hard to bounce back from.
Mm-hmm.
So those are kind of my idea rules for how power word death saving throw might operate.
Okay. I mean, that's certainly better than instant death.
Yeah.
Actually, anything sounds better than instant death.
Yeah. I feel like it's something that's like you still like has an impact. I feel like can have like if you're the caster for it, you have, even if they come back from it, fucked up this character. And so it's like, I feel like you still get a good benefit from that. But the player and the whole party still have an element of agency to be able to try to do something about it. Like, you can do greater restoration if those levels of exhaustion start like getting real sketchy. Or like, you can heal somebody back up from it and get them back into the fight. You have some options still, instead of just being like, you sit there for 2 hours while we go through a couple rounds and people figure out how to res you in a way that's meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
So. Thank you.
I approve, and especially if we're thinking about Breach, since the seal is very judicious application of Death Ward across the party.
Yeah.
That would be very helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to figure out, like, I wrote points 2 and 3 first, and then all of a sudden I went, Death Ward. How do because I feel like a Death Ward fully absorbing it outright, like, a 4th level spell should not, by default, defeat a 9th level. And I was like, how do I balance that? So I like the idea of turning it into counterspell rules. So that's kind of what I'm chewing on. So that might be on the table. Like, there is the meta idea of, like, there's a certain level of attitude you can cop if you know I'm not going to cast Power Word Kill as written. But, like, also, like, I want the threat of, like, I mean, there are things that I consider to be worse than Power Word Kill.
Like Magic Missile?
Oh, my God.
You didn't say worse. You didn't say worse in like causing damage. Just like worse is like I hate this spell. That's where I was coming from.
I hate this. Anyways, this is voice acted, so we're gonna do it.
Okay.
I heard you've been getting into the roasting scene, little lady.
Why did you make that? He made it creepy. He made it like weird and creepy, and I don't like it.
Yes, I often have the urge to drink a fresh cup of your coffee.
That near brings a tear to my eye. Well, I'm heading home now. Close up shop for me, will you?
I was finally able to convey my feelings during the company meeting. Not just about the new chain, but about the future of the company. and even about Father.
Oh, I wish I had heard that.
I think my presence angered some people at first, but in the end, they all listened to my thoughts.
They were angry because they thought you were just gonna, like, step out of the way and they could take over. So, yeah. You've done great.
All that nervousness was exhausting. I've had diplomatic dealings with VIPs before, but I've never once spoken my true feelings. That aside, after talking with management, I've decided to let them handle Okumura Foods. It's simply not something I would have been able to supervise on my own. And after their sincere acceptance of the public's criticism, I felt it was okay to trust them. As for my future goals, I'm interested in opening a small private cafe. Everything will be homegrown. From the coffee to the salad, I want to set my own standards. It'll be a shop that people love, like grandfather's. And like this place. What do you think?
I hope it's more like your grandfather's than like this place. Have you noticed we are the only people here? Always.
Always.
It's a pretty boring dream, huh?
Wow, it's a good thing Sojiro left. Jesus.
But when you say that, I feel like it will actually happen. Truth be told, I don't plan on opening the shop immediately after I graduate. I'll need to study and improve my knowledge beforehand. After all, right now it's only a hobby. Perhaps I should apprentice here at LeBlanc in the meantime.
Sure.
The coffee I had after spending the night crying. Its warmth permeated through my body.
Okay,
The crying that the crying you caused me to cry.
Yeah,
because
I
you
was like,
said-
are we talking about like 2 days ago or like?
I hope to open a store where others can feel that warmth. Either way, I think this dream of mine will be no easy feat. But I somehow managed to tackle my childhood dream of becoming a heroine of justice. If I act with resolve and believe in my actions, I know I'll be able to achieve anything.
There it is.
I'm so
Oh,
glad
damn it. Like, the music stopped and I thought we were gonna get it. And that was gonna be the end.
At first,
Nah.
it was nice having someone that understands me. But now, it's much more.
But not too much more because we are just friends.
There
Yeah,
may
just
be
the right
times when
amount.
People resent me for it. But as long as you're here, I'll be okay.
I think I go home in a few months.
Yeah, in a platonic way, of course.
Yeah.
You know, I'd like to return the favor. If you ever find yourself in trouble, I'll be there for you.
That's good, because right now, a whole country thinks I'm dead. So that kind of feels like trouble. Just gonna throw that
Yeah.
out there. And I feel like the things that happened like a couple weeks ago were also trouble, where we had to fake my death.
Feel free to rely on me from now on. I have the strength to help you. I can sense it.
There it
I
is.
I also have an axe.
That freezes things.
Thou art I. Thou
Oh,
hast
I can feel
turned
Jamf
the
twitching
vow
right
into
now.
a blood oath.
Liz,
bond shall become
my
the wings of
intent
rebellion and
is
break the
that
yoke of
it
thy
would
heart.
stack, so that way, again,
Thou
there's
hast
like,
awakened the ultimate
there is an
secret of the
impact for having
Empress,
used a 9th level
granting
spell,
thee
but if that starts to
infinite
feel a little
power.
bit too wild, I might rescind it, but yeah, the idea is that it does stack. So if you're gonna heal somebody, it is worth getting them, healing them.
A good proper heal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not like, oh, here's a
Uh,
potion that gives you like 6 HP. Oh, goodbye.
Yeah.
All right.
Mother
I would-
Harlot? Sorry.
Yeah. No, she's a fun persona. I would like you to know I've been glancing through the player's handbook to look at spells that fit the criteria of the questions I asked.
Mm-hmm.
Now I am doing the mental gymnastics of I'm afraid to even suggest this spell because it would imply Jen did not know this spell existed, and I feel like that would be insulting to her. So I'm like, no, that's probably not it. So I am overthinking this, is what I am trying to say.
Let me potentially give you another. Here's a freebie 4th hint.
Okay.
If you're looking in the player's handbook, you're not going to find it.
Okay. Okay, that actually very helpful. Thank you.
So
Well,
there you
if
go.
it's not in the player's
there's your
handbook,
freebie
there's a
4th one.
Yeah. Well, if it's not in the player's handbook, it's a pretty good chance I probably wasn't aware of it either. Because I mean, I use D&D Beyond as well, but most of my knowledge has come from using the player's handbook. So, all right. So now I'm going to play the game of. I didn't know this was a spell.
Yeah. It's a fucking dope spell.
When I open my cafe, I'll let you be my first customer.
I'm busy that day. I look forward to it. There we go.
I can't wait. My, look at the time. We've been speaking for quite a while.
Yes, we have. I'm so tired. You should probably go so I can go to bed. It's been a while, but it is only 6 p.m. I'm so tired. I'm supposed to be dead. I'm very sleepy.
Very
I
sleepy.
should be going now. Take care.
So sleepy. Unbelievable.
God, what a look you've got. Okay, so shit biscuits. Like big yikes? Like big yikes. I guess I have items that do both of these things.
Yeah. If you're between those two, having magic.
Oh, this is
better.
a bad time for the thing.
Bleep bloop. Hey, I'm back.
Oh, you are actually.
Yeah. If you're going between the ones that put a shield up, the magic shield is much more useful because none of your party members are weak to physical.
That's true.
The magic attack block will at least protect a weakness so you don't get knocked down, but you'll get up again.
That is true. I know I was using the physical one a lot in a fight at some point, but I think it was just because it was just so beefy. So yeah, that's probably that. Because it's either that or getting rid of this boost, but I don't feel like that's a good idea. But yeah, I'm about to get into Psyamp is going to be the next one. That's going to have to, even though it's going to stack, it's going to have to replace this one. I am like running out of things that I can replace on you. Shit! You know a lot of good stuff. This is brutal. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of the physical barrier, I guess. Oh, and it is 10 o'clock, so I will save.
You're back.
And we'll end. I think the only thing I wanted to just mention, just because it is kind of relevant timely-wise, and also is relevant to, like, me trying to figure out where I had stashed my writings about what Power Word Death Saving Throw might look like. So, like, there was the thing, I guess, like, probably 3 weeks ago at this point, maybe 2 weeks, where there was the post of, like, the DM's, like, 44 rules for D&D or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So I have a document that is, like, I've called it, like, you know, like, my rules for D&D, but it is truly my rules of, like, this is how I run the game. Like, these are the things I've decided for. And it's like, oh, like, ask your DM what their opinion is, or, like, how they interpret it. I've made myself a document that's like, hey, here's what I've decided, like, this thing means. And, like, here's how I roll stat. And it's like, it's a reference for me to be, like, so that way I can be, like, between games, can be consistent about it. And be like, I've decided, like, yes, my stats are, like, yeah, we're gonna do 4d6, but you always re-roll ones, and once you have that, you drop the lowest, and then you can make your array of 6 numbers, and you can put them in any order you want, and you don't have to like do them in order and pick something that makes sense for it.
Yeah, Mally.
Yeah. And like the things of like, hey, like when you're making your character, everybody gets a free feat. Like it's me to have like that checklist. And then I have it done by sections. Like, here's like my combat things. Like, I say if you're gonna hold an action, I will also, like, I allow you guys to hold your movement. You have to hold all your movement. You can't, like, do some of it and hold the rest of it. But I was like, I allow that because I think there's sometimes when, like, the trigger happens, but people have moved 10 more feet away. And you're like, well, that was the thing I was waiting for, but they, like, scooted a little bit, and now I can't do anything. So it's like, yeah, if you want to be able to hold your movement, I let that happen. So it's like, it's me being able to put all that stuff in there. And then also, like, doing specific things on spells, like saying for contagion, like, it says something about, like, oh, like, inflicts a disease. And I'm like, my interpretation is that is flavor text. And so anything that's immune from disease is not immune from the spell contagion. Like, I consider that a flavor thing. And so that's why I put my power word kill thing. It's where I put like my idea that like I interpret, and you guys have seen this happen kind of with Breach. It was an argument. I was like argument, not like there was an argument, but it was the pitch I made to Aaron. And I was like, how do you interpret sending? Because it does say there's a verbal component, but it also very specifically says in like rule sets that if a spell that has a speaking bit to it, like message and sending and whatever, has a verbal component, the verbal component is separate from the message. So I was like, in my head, sending is something where it's like you have to still be able to speak the verbal component to invoke the spell, but your message is entirely in your head and essentially like a telepathic thing. So it's like, I have that list of that, but I also have made this whole list of this entire document like available to you guys, like if you want to see where my head's at on certain things. So that document at this point, I have like written down so many things of like what my brain does for D&D rules. That is now a 5-page document.
Yeah, but I think I still think there's a categorical difference between your homebrew rules and don't eat at the table, show up at the game.
Yeah. Like for sure, like I'm not saying they're remotely comparable. I did just think it was funny where like there's a guy who's like, these are my rules for D&D. And for me, it's like, these are my rules, and it's literally just how I read the rules, and like I've established what that means to me. Yeah, Pathos, I can share it with you. If there's other people who want to see what it is too, like I'm happy to, like, I can just post that link in the D&D channel. I have it as a Google Doc. And there's some things on there that I've written as like experimental things where it's like, I got this idea from something else, so I've put it on here for like a thing to try and like can tweak it at a later time or whatever. Like, it hasn't come up for our game. Is the idea for sorcerers, there's some meta magics you're not supposed to be able to combine. Like, there's very few of them you can stack with each other. And so I've been like, hey, if anybody ever plays a sorcerer, I will allow stacking at the cost of, like, an extra point. So it's like, oh, I want to do these two, and, like, I want to do Distance Spell, and that should be 1 point, but I also want to do a Quicken Spell, and that should be 2 points. So individually, like, you wouldn't normally be able to do both of those at the same time. I'm going to say if you want to do both of them, that would cost you 4 points total. It's like 1 point for the thing, 2 points for the other thing, and then the 1 point penalty of, like, you stacked some shit you shouldn't be able to. So, like, I've got, like, stuff like that in there for sorcerers, and being able to take the Meta Magic Adept feat more than once so you can get more points. And, God, what the fuck else is in there? Yeah, it's 5 pages of stuff. So, but yeah, there's a lot of things like for specific spells and specific classes. Just so that way I've got a reference point when things inevitably come up in a game.
Oh, that never happens, Jen.
Yeah, what other things do I have on here? It doesn't matter. I'll send the link to anybody who wants it. And if enough people ask for it, then I'll just put it in the main channel. But yeah, Pathos, I'll send it to you.
I do think it was a little rude that your first rule was no order clerics. I'm like, oh.
I don't think there's anything I've outright banned. I have, thanks to Ashley, considered outright banning the Lucky Feet in future campaigns, but it's too late for this one, and we'll see what my feelings are when we're all done.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's an often abused feat, but oh boy, it's getting a lot of work.
I feel like the luck feat wouldn't be so bad if I ran games the way the D&D books expect you to run them. Like, the whole idea of, like, a challenge rating, when people are like, challenge ratings are bullshit, it's like, well, they're kind of also designed for the idea that you're going to have multiple encounters between when you're able to rest and recharge your stuff. And, like, a lot of people, like, don't tend to run encounters that way. I know I don't. And I don't run in-game days. Like we're constantly cycling through days, so something that recharges on a day, like, is just, you just always have so much of it. So it might be something where, like, in a future game I go, cool, you can take the luck feat, but, like, you have those points for the session, so if we do multiple days, you still only have 3 points. Like, that might be how I balance that.
Yeah.
I don't know. So we'll see. So that's the only thing I've gotten close to banning. I know there are some DMs who apparently, like, when Silvery Barbs got introduced, they're like, no, fuck that, and have banned Silvery Barbs. I'm like, no, you get some great shit. Like, Like, yeah, it's annoying, but hey, like, them's the breaks.
Yeah. Before we sign off, I have two very quick things.
Okay.
Pathos, have we established that you're a year older than me? Because if you are, I started playing D&D when I was 13, and I like the idea that we both started playing in the same year, if that's true, which is wild. I think I have figured out 2 potential spells that you were considering based on the 4 clues that you have given me.
Okay.
Is the spell skill empowerment?
Is that the name of a spell, or is this you asking about a category?
No, that is the name of a spell. It is called skill empowerment.
What? I've never heard of this one, so it's not that. I gotta look that up.
But you haven't heard of it. You haven't heard of it. It is a 5th level spell. It is verbal and somatic, no material, and it is not evocation. So technically, it is a spell you have not heard of.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, all that's true. Yeah, that's wild. I've never heard of that. Skill empowerment?
Yes.
Huh. Your magic deepens a creature's understanding of its own talent. You touch one willing creature and give it expertise in one skill of your choice. Until the spell ends, concentration up to an hour. The creature doubles its proficiency bonus for ability checks it makes that use that chosen skill. This sounds like a very focused enhance ability.
Yeah.
And you know how I feel about enhanceability.
I do. So that's one. The other one, so I'm guessing that's not it, is the investiture of insert element here.
So investiture of, I'm not going to tell you which one. One of those is already on my wish list. That's not the new spell I didn't know about.
Oh, okay. But it does fit the criteria of the 4 pieces of criteria that you have given me.
Yeah, that one's on my wish list board and has been there for a disturbingly long period of time.
All right. Well, that's all my research has turned up. So I'm glad I was close on both of them.
Yeah.
That one you didn't know existed, and the other one is already on your list. And Pathos is 39. I'm 38. We started Pathos and I started playing D&D in the exact same year. That's awesome.
Do you want one final hint to just chew on? But I will not confirm if you guess the spell after this. But
sure.
you can just. But if you want just something to stew on for a bit, both those spells you listed come out of the same book as the one that I'm taking.
Okay. All right. Okay. I'm close. I'm
so
on the trail.
when you said you were close, I was like, you were in the right book. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways.
All right.
James, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Chat, thanks for being here. I'm